Okay, I'm recording, but
You already started recording?
yeah. This is good for like bloopers and stuff. You trimmed a little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. The hair looks okay too?
Should I tie my hair up?
No. It's fine. It's good. That's you.
How's it going? What are you talking about? You look good.
Huh?
You look good. You're lying.
Thanks. I put a little bit of makeup on for you. I don't want to look like a total slob.
You didn't do that for your sister's video.
I know. I didn't care. No, I didn't care as much. Yeah, why is your camera there? Is that on your laptop or?
No, this is. I would have used my laptop, but my laptop, I wasn't sure. This is the desktop that my parents use. I don't even use this.
The desktop, the camera's at the bottom, eh? They don't know that's like the double chin angle. Like, what's going on? No, you don't. I can't even see yours, but you have the beard, so like it like works out. Like it's fine.
No, I didn't. So this is the first time using this computer, and I'm like, why? Like I just noticed it after I started the video. I'm like, wait, why is the camera on the bottom? Let me just move this further away from me.
So you did say that you're gonna look like a bum, but you don't. But what does you said mysterious bum? What does mysterious bum mean?
Like this person could have a history. Like when you watch the bum, and they go, probably has a story.
Oh, okay. Like, there's more to it. There's more to it.
Yeah.
It's really intriguing.
We had one of those guys working at night shift when I at RBC night shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't speak. He just yells at us.
You never had a conversation with him then?
No. I mean, we tried to talk to him, but he doesn't actually speak back in English.
Oh shit! Okay.
He just what was his name? Maurice. I don't know if his actual name is Maurice, but we all just called him Maurice.
Okay.
And he just this is like 180 Wellington downtown. And he just stayed around that area. The old guy next, who serves breakfast, he always gives him breakfast in the morning.
Oh, that's
so he was like a local.
Right. he had claimed that whole territory to himself. Like, this is my.
Yeah, he sometimes sleeps where we draw money at the RBC counters, and the security sometimes kick him out, but sometimes he lets them sleep.
I guess when you're working in downtown, it's almost normal, to see homeless people and stuff. I rarely here, but if in Ajax, but here and there when I do see it, I feel so just uncomfortable because I'm not used to this,
Trust me. So the first time I saw a bomb was I think I was in grade 9, and my math teacher took me for it was some chess tournament. I wasn't in the chess tournament. I was just, it was for volunteer hours.
Okay.
So me and 2 of my other friends, we got 7 hours for that day. So that was the first time I'm actually going downtown, and he gave us money to go buy pizza, and we're walking, and I don't know where a homeless person showed up. And I think he was just asking for the money, but this is the first time we've seen her. And one of my friends just starts running away. He didn't do anything. He just, and we were so scared. So honestly, after I finished high school and we had all these opportunities, I could have went to Ryerson or UFT downtown. I didn't go downtown because I was actually scared of downtown.
Oh my!
So it was between UFT Scarborough or York.
Yeah, that's insane. I remember once, it wasn't even that long ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I went downtown because for something for work. And I remember walking on the street and I saw this guy and he was just sleeping at the intersection, right at the intersection. And he was under a blanket, he was jerking off. And I was just like,
what? Wait, why does this happen to you? I know you mentioned something about, this can't happen to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, and then I was like, but then I guess the people that work downtown normally, they're just walking by we see this shit all the time, and I was just like, whoa.
The Maurice we had was very decent. He didn't do any of that stuff. He was very respectable towards women.
No, he was doing it at me. He was just doing it. I just happened to be there. There's a $50 million.
No, because it just reminded me because I started watching Shameless on Netflix, and I just started. I was just working, so I was like, I'll just play it and I'll just watch it. And I think one of the last episode I saw, there was it looked like a homeless person who was on a city bus doing the same thing.
I love Shameless is so good, but although it makes me so uncomfortable sometimes, but like it's such a good show. I don't know if you saw our episode when we talked about like our favorite shows. I did it with my siblings, but like we left off that show. So I'm glad you like mentioned it, because I'm like, I've always like been thinking about it like since that day, and I'm like, yo, how did we forget Shameless? Like that's one of our favorite shows. Are you caught up, or like what are you doing?
No, I just started like maybe like a couple of weeks ago. I did, like one of my friends used to watch it, and I'm like, it's an alright show. Like I mean, it's alright. But when I'm working, I just want something playing. But sometimes when it gets good, like you kind of stop working and you like become focused on the show. So so if I'm really busy, I'll play something that I already watched, like Friends or Office. But even those, like sometimes, even if you're watching for the 5th time or 6th time, like it captivates you and you just like stop working and just start watching.
Yeah, certain scenes when you know what's coming up, so you're just like, yo, you just get like, sidetracked for sure.
But with Shameless, I think the reason why a lot of people watch it is like, you're like watching it and you're like, okay, I guess my life is not that bad. Like, you're like, oh, all these things are happening to people.
Like, what am I complaining about? Like.
Yeah, it's like you make yourself feel good about your life. You're like, oh, it's not that bad.
Exactly. Like, why else do you think I watch like Real Housewives and stuff? Because like those ladies are such a wreck, and there's so much drama. So I watch that. I'm like, I'm better than that at least. Like, I'm not as terrible as them.
No,
so
but usually like
that level, but I don't go past their level. So
I don't really watch reality shows, but what was the reality show I watched? I watched the Netflix one. Yeah, I was expecting you to mention some name.
You think that's all I needed? Like, it's a reality show and it's on Netflix, and I should just know what you're talking about?
It was the one where they all go into an island and they're all hot.
Is it Too Hot to Handle?
Yeah, that one. No, so it was literally. So I don't watch any reality shows. Like I never watched any Bachelor. I never watched any reality shows. I don't even watch like Survivor. I don't watch.
Not even game like reality shows, like game shows. Yeah.
Not like I might have seen an episode. Nothing that I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
This one it was just trending so much on Netflix. I just want to see what it was about, and I just clicked on. I just want to see the first episode. But then you just like, what happens next? You just like, you kind of become, okay, then it ended and they're like, oh, what's going to happen next? Because, yeah, then I ended up watching the whole thing in like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it really sucks you in. And my sister's going to kill me for saying this, but when we were in high school, or when she was also in high school, I guess at that time, her MSN handle was Too Hot to Handle.
Sure. I message Nalani right now.
When we saw that show pop up, and we're like, oh my god, we watched it as a family. That was like a family event.
Oh man, my MSN handle is the show stuff.
How did that come about? Like the show.
Oh, how did it come about? It's from like wrestling actually. Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah.
He was called. So, but his name was actually spelled the showstopper, but I put my own variation. Because MSN, you're like, let me put the @sign, let me put the PPA. So yeah, it was just it was my MSN handle, and then it became like like in high school, people just joking around. It's people sometimes call you by your MSN handle, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But like you watch a lot of anime and stuff too, right? Like.
Oh yeah, because oh my god, and if you don't, like I need to like break you into that world, because thing is everybody has that idea of what anime is.
Yeah.
And until you fall into that trap, like you will always have, you're like, oh, it's a cartoon. It's like
yes, that's how I always thought of it. I
Trust me.
watching recently. I
What
started
did you start
watching
watching?
Hunter because
Oh, it's a good anime. That's a
yeah,
good
so
anime.
I'm in season 2
Gone.
right now, and I'm in. Like, I'm sucked in. Like, I'm just like, yo, I
Okay.
didn't even know this world existed. I'm so glad. Like, I've heard of other ones before, like Attack on Titans, I think.
Oh, see, that's like the biggest thing right now. Like, I would actually even say it, like a controversial opinion right now, but I even like it more than Game of Thrones right now. Yeah, and the Game of Thrones is like my favorite show. I mean, except for the last season, but
Yeah.
it's so good. Like, it's like, so I made my parents watch it. My parents, my Tamil brown parents, are caught up on Attack on Titan,
How many
like
seasons are
fully.
there? Is it done this
So
season?
it's on the final season. There's should be like another 6 or 7 episodes left. That show is so good right now. Like, it's coming to the conclusion, but it's like really good. Like, if I could get my parents.
Yeah.
So only thing I did differently with my parents, I made them watch it in English.
Okay.
Even though it's better if you watch it in Japanese with proper subtitles.
Okay. Okay.
Because when they translate it to English, they kind of, it's not always done properly.
Yeah.
Sometimes they make it a little kid friendly. You have to watch it, Nani.
Yeah.
I mean, that's at least you owe me. You know, I came on this part.
No.
Like, I'm glad you're watching Hunter x Hunter because it is one of the top animes.
Mhm.
Are you watching it on Netflix?
Yeah. But it's going away.
Okay.
I don't know. It's going away on March 7th. But they only have like, I think 4 seasons on.
I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this here, but like this, out of any shows, animes
Yeah.
are the easiest to just watch because if you just type in on Google going Hunter x Hunter episode 45, there'll be like 10 different links with the anime. I'll message you a link to watch if you want, but I think you should get committed enough to even sign up for Crunchyroll.
What is that?
It's like Netflix for anime.
Oh, like how much is it per month?
I'm just using my brother's account, but it's like $6 or $7 a month. But you can share it with a bunch of people, like get like other people hooked and like.
Sure.
But it's a
my Netflix account. Everyone uses my Netflix account. Like everybody I know in my family has my Netflix password and like whatever.
Oh, my family definitely uses my Netflix account, but like I think I remember first getting Netflix when it was like $7 or $8 or $7.
Yeah.
And even to the date, like my friends use it, and they like over the time they're married, they have families, they still use my Netflix. I don't have any of the premium ones. I have like the one where I think 2 other people could use it.
Oh, and it's still like you're okay? Does it so you don't have trouble when you want to watch yourself and it says
so like, no, yeah, I call them and go get out my Netflix. During the COVID process, the first time like I even had to experience it, like I mean, yo, get off Netflix because when you click on it, it'll say this person's watching this and this person's watching this.
Oh, can you see that?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Okay.
I mean, you could see it. I don't know if everybody could see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it'll say this person's watching. I'm like, yo, you're watching this show? Even Attack on Titan, they had the first season on Netflix for like long time. Until they just removed it like a few weeks ago or a month ago.
They probably like, oh, Nilani's watching Netflix, like anime now. Like, let's take it off. Like, I feel like everyone's trying to screw me
I think it's more because of the rights. I think Hunter x Hunter has been there for so many years, so they always recycle. They don't want to just leave, because everybody who's supposed to watch it probably watched it already.
Right, I know. Not everyone's as late to the game as me.
Like, what is your opinion on Hunter x Hunter? Like, what did you go in expecting, and what did you get from it?
Arun and Satan, they watch anime, and Arun, even before, I feel like he's told me about. I think it's called One Piece.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
Yeah.
It sounds like episode 980 or something like that.
Yo, it's so good. I remember him telling me like a few years ago. And
Yeah.
then, yeah. Like I'm gonna watch. Like I want to see what this whole world is about, right? And then Satan watches it too, and he's been like, yo, like let's watch one together. Like let's start one together, so we could all kind of watch it at the same time. And then he suggested Hunter x Hunter because he's like, oh, like that's like really, it's good. Like I heard it's really good. Like, why don't we watch Hunter x Hunter? I really like it. Like I love the whole, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I love the storylines. I love how every character, the way they develop the characters, the way they show the characters. And it's really funny. Like, if you're, like, actually paying attention and watching, it's actually really funny, right? So it's not like a kid's thing, which all this time, that's what was in my mind. Because I never watched Sailor Moon and all of that stuff growing up, right?
Yeah. No, but a lot of that was when they put it on white TV and stuff, they did make it very kid friendly. Like One Piece, when they brought it to North American audience, like for example, they replaced the cigarette with a lollipop.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
did you know, like on Yu-Gi-Oh, like when they were pointing guns at Kaiba, they replaced it with just fingers.
Oh yeah.
So on the anime, like when you watch it on white TV, like these two guys will come and they'll point their fingers at Kaiba and go, "Come with us." But like at that time, I didn't even think about it. Like, it makes no sense. Like, why are you getting threatened by?
Imagine you trying out that whole thing, that thing in like real life, like, oh, like this.
Come with me now.
People to do anything you want.
So that's the same thing. For me, okay, obviously, like growing up, I watched like Dragon Ball Z and Digimon and stuff like on white TV. But like, I don't consider that anime, even though it's anime, because it was very westernized.
Okay.
Like they brought it for the kids in the North American community. First time I actually watched a proper anime was when I started working at RBC. Like I was like 19, and I started watching Naruto.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's my first, and it still holds like a big part of my heart. And when I first started watching it, oh my God, it was so good. Like I would like at work, I'm sitting there watching it. I'll come home. I used to work night shift. So I'll come home at like 7 in the morning and I would watch it until like 12 o'clock, literally until I fall asleep, wake up, go to work, watch more. Like, because I was like trying to catch up like as fast as possible. And then because all these animes will have mangas, right? Like the comics.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so all these animes are like based on these comic books. But the comics they come out weekly too. So after I catch up on the show, I'm like reading the manga to see. But then I realized, okay, I'm spoiling myself. I want to watch it, and then so I stopped reading it. I only started watching One Piece like a year and a half ago or 2 years. Like after pretty much like I watched a little bit. Then when COVID hit, that's when I watched like 900 episodes.
No shit. That's insane. Like, I don't know if I have like that kind of dedication to watch a series like that, but that's.
So how it happens is like, okay, so when every show has that moment where it pulls you in fully, where, and especially because these episodes are so short, right? They're like 15, 20 minutes. If you take out the songs and everything, it's like under 20 minutes. Right. So you're like, you watch the episode and then you're like, oh, okay, let me just watch the next one. Yeah. Like you're like, oh, it's late. I should sleep. But okay, let me just watch one more.
We were watching a couple nights ago because we were initially watching it kind of together, and then my brother watches it while he's working and stuff too, right? And I don't have that option. So he's like way ahead of us. Like he's like almost caught up, and like so he's like way past us. So I think Akash and I were watching, and then one of the episodes finished, and I was just like, oh, like that was so quick. But like, you know, it was like still like 18, 19 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It goes by so fast, and I was like, because I'm trying to like do some reading and stuff too. So I was like, okay, like once I finish this amount of reading, I'm going to go watch an episode of Hunter x Hunter. And then I had to go back to my reading, right? Because I can't whatever. And then I kept saying, okay, one more episode. Okay, one more episode. And the next thing you know, like I'm knocking out because I watched for so long.
The show ended a while ago. So it feels like it's been a while.
Right? Like, my brother told me like the guy is like really old and he's still writing for Hunter x Hunter. Like,
I'm not really sure, but animes, they might have still went on with the manga. But sometimes, you know, they go on with the manga. Like Bleach was one of the shows that ended, like, I feel like over 10 years ago. Yeah. But they still do mangas because in Japan, it's so popular. Like they have more anime television shows than like real life shows. Like a lot of their channels are very anime centric. Yeah. So, like it's like they need that information all the time. Like they're waiting for the copies. Like they're reading on a weekly basis. It's like, I don't know. It's like a whole different lifestyle. Like it's crazy.
Culture is so completely different than what we're used to.
Yeah, it's like.
This is one question that I have that I think you can answer it. Why don't Japanese anime characters look Japanese?
Because I guess they're trying to get what they can have.
Okay. Yeah. So this is
so
like ideal. Like this is what they wish they would look like. Is that kind of
like you know how like it's like when from what I heard, like, you know, in South Korea, like you know, even as a graduation gift, like a lot of people like get like plastic surgeries. Right. Like the parents will be like, oh, here's a plastic surgery for you to do. Right. So like for them, like the idea, because everybody's like, oh, if you have big eyes, those are attractive features. So like,
small nose, like
yeah, like,
yeah, okay. So this is
like,
what the ideal, like this is what ideal beauty looks like, or this is kind of
I
like
guess they decided that at one point, and then they're like, okay, that's what we have to follow. But like, if you notice, like you wouldn't know the difference. Like there'll be anime characters like that are like 20 who look the same as 12.
yeah.
Most of the shonen animes, like the characters are teenagers or younger. So like when they even meet up somebody who's like 20 something, like in Hunter x Hunter, when they go, Leo is old.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a teenager. Because Gon and Kilo are like 12 or 10, I don't know how old.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to judge each person's character unless they overdo it with the oldness or something like that, right? Or with the age.
I watched it so long ago, like, so it's like refreshing my memory, because I watched it so long ago, but just because when I was working, like I just randomly put some episodes of Hunter x Hunter just like a few weeks ago. Yeah. I was watching like a little bit earlier, like, you know, when they were first taking the Hunter exam.
Yeah.
Like Kilo and Gon, like, so they're in the island, and he's trying to get Hisoka's badge.
Yeah, yeah. I like that kind of stuff. I like when there's something they're working towards, and like I mean, like I would prefer these over like Tamil serials, right? Like it was like
100%.
I guess
100%.
like Tamil serials, but like if for Japanese people, it's like just like almost like a soap opera kind of, but just like shorter, right?
No, I think they do have those Tamil serial versions of like Japanese and Korean shows. Like, you know how like people say I watch these Korean shows? I think they're like more serial-ish.
Serial-ish. I didn't even introduce you.
Oh yeah, do it.
Hey Vedran, thank you for coming on to this podcast.
You can edit that in the video.
I know, I put it in the front or something. It's so great. I'm like talking and I'm like, okay, like I should probably introduce who he is or say something about him. And then it just kept going and I was like, okay, we're just gonna go with the flow and see what happens. But you're kind of like a friendly giant. Like that's how I would describe you. Like I can't be the only one that thinks that, but like, how are you so like calm and friendly all the time? Like what is it? How do you maintain that?
There's no trick to it. It's just, and I'm not always calm, but like, you know.
No, but I've seen you lose your cool like that. I can remember like once, and I vaguely remember it. Like not even like properly, like, oh, this is what happened. But I know it's like during like Sundays time or something. You actually got upset about something, and everyone was just like, okay, we upset Wilbert. Like, okay, like clearly something is wrong. Wilbert never gets upset about anything. But do you get it from your parents or?
No. I mean, my dad's very calm and stuff. Okay. And my mom is not calm.
Yeah, I've seen your dance battles with your mom. Like, I was like, I don't think that's where he gets it.
Yeah, I guess I'm calm in a sense in certain things, but you know, I go through the same emotions as most people. Like, we have, you get mad, like everybody, you know, punching a wall, like everybody done that, like, like, you know, going up, not now, but.
No, everyone.
No, but like.
Obviously experiences everything and everyone gets angry, but everyone has a different threshold, right?
Yeah. No, my threshold is very good. Like I'm actually proud of my threshold.
Yeah. Okay, what is it? One thing that is like, oh, this kind of thing or this thing pisses off Wilbert so quick. Like, what is it? Like, what is something that gets riled up?
Oh, I don't think one thing would ever piss me off right away. Like, it would have to be a build-up.
Okay.
But like, I'm always worried, like my build-up, like, you know, like, it's not like I'm purposely holding it in, but like I feel like when it does go over, it goes over.
Yeah.
So like I think sometimes it's more healthier to like let out, get mad throughout the process than holding it in and then going Ragnarok on you.
Yeah, no, like I do the same thing. I call it like the bottle and cap thing. Like I keep it down, and then when I explode, it would be the smallest thing, but it would be like. The way I react, you would think like something serious.
Like, wait, all he did was that. Why is it? But it's like, yeah, I understand. Like, it's a build up over time. Like,
exactly, it is. No, I am trying to get better at like when I'm upset or I feel irritated. I'm saying I'm upset, or this is irritating, or this is annoying.
Yeah.
Actually voicing that instead of just keeping silent. I'm trying to get better at it. So, yeah.
There were friends I had in the past where like, over time, years, like I would be like. I wouldn't say anything. I was just like, kind of absorb everything.
Right. Yeah.
But then there were times like I could, on top of my head, I'm thinking of one friend. I'm like, yo, like out of nowhere, I just went out. I'm like, why even here? Like it's like always down and suddenly it just goes. Like I'll be like super rude.
Like, why are you even here? Like, that's deep. That's like cuts deep, man.
Saying this, I'm thinking of one instant. Like it's like one of our close friends. Again, even now he's a friend, whatever. But it's like, you know, like certain people, like there's a give and take, but some people just take.
Yeah.
You know, right? I'm okay with that. Whatever. Like I have friends who are like, they don't expect anything back. All they're doing is just giving, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't even for me. I got mad. I got mad for another friend between two friends. I was like, yo, I don't know why he's even talking to you. Like, I lost it. I was like, why are you here? I think it's like I lost it because, but you know, everybody has different personalities and different like you can't understand a lot of everybody's.
You can't even try to understand because that'll kind of
because
nuts, I think, if you try to.
Because you're like, if you try to judge them based on your logic, you'll be like, what? But like, I'm hoping my logic is sound with a lot of other but like, you know, but sometimes you're like, what?
Yeah, like I have a couple of people that I would kind of like bring up a situation to because I want to know, like, am I just being weird or like freaking out for no reason, or is this like other people would find this like inappropriate or not, you know, not acceptable as well, right? So like I kind of, and then when they're just like, yeah, like that's fucked up, then I'm like, okay. So it's not just.
It's like when you're having an argument, or like, let's say I'm like throwing in proper facts, and like I'm like, you're a lawyer, like you're giving all the evidence. You're like, oh, Your Honor, this and this is the evidence. They did it.
Yeah.
And the other person, like, you're giving them all this evidence of why I'm right, but they're like, their mind is so warped.
Yeah.
They're just like, they don't even see it. It's like,
you can't speak logic to certain people. Like you can't rationalize, you can't explain anything to them because their mind is already set, right? Like that's what it is. It's already set in their way of thinking, and there's nothing that you can say that's going to change that. And you trying to do that will just make you go crazy. So it's not.
Yeah, so a recent conversation I was having with a friend, he was saying how Simbu is a better actor than like Dhanush. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Like, he's like, oh, Simbu's movies are better. His songs are like, he doesn't even do the songs. It's the music director who does this.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he might sing some of the songs
most of the time. Like, what do you mean?
No, and then his logic was, oh, Dhanush is only here because of Rajinikanth. I'm like, what? Like, I was like throwing facts. I'm like, yo, like, okay, anybody had given okay, let's say Rajini, he was already acting because of his brother, but then
it wasn't Rajini, it was
no, but then I was just throwing facts. Like, yo, you could be related to famous people all the time. Like, what's his name? Didn't Vijay's cousin do 7G Rainbow Colony? That guy?
Yeah. Even Vijay, his parents like are in music or they do something, right? Like that's how he got.
No, but like,
a lot of
it's
people
okay to get it. So it's okay to get a shot from them, but like it's still their talent that keeps them in the business or keeps them getting fans, and the career moves on.
Right.
Like for example, like that Sanji Rainbow, I don't even know his name.
I don't know. Vijay's cousin. I thought it was that other guy that looks kind of like Vijay. His name is Vijay.
Yeah, I think he's also his cousin, but I heard this guy was also. But I mean, yo, when he acted, I'm like, yo, I'm like, no. So okay, so some people are pretty boys, so they put him in movies, and some people are just good actors, and they put. This guy, I felt like it was neither.
No, but wait, didn't Simbu come from because of his dad? Like, it's not.
Yeah. I was throwing those facts to him. I mean, yo, isn't Simbu's dad? He's like, but you know, Simbu's dad, he was against Rajinikanth, so you know, he. I mean, yo, he had a lot of fan base. Like, okay, trust me, nothing made sense. I was losing it. And his explanation was, he was like, yo, like Simbu's songs are good. I'm like, Simbu doesn't. I mean, yeah, some songs he might sing it, but like he's not the music director for his movies.
Give me this guy guy's IG handle, man. I want to message him.
Like, I had a full so this conversation happened from my car. So you know how we don't even go to people. I'm in my car, he's in his car, and we yelling at each other. And I'm like, then this is before Simbu's new movie came out.
Yeah.
So as soon as it came out, I'm like, yo, how was that movie?
But it was a good movie. It was a family.
Did you watch that movie?
Yes, I did watch that movie.
I didn't watch it. I started watching it and stuff. My parents said it wasn't good.
No. Like he looks better. You know, he looks like he's a lot healthier. He's lost weight. He looks good. But the movie itself, like, I was just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, there's just so many things going on, and there's good. Like, it wasn't terrible, but like, yeah. I mean, you can't compare him to Thanos, man. Like, come on, like, have some respect for like yourself.
I wasn't even trying to bash on Simbu. Like, I was never a big Simbu fan because, you know, he was against Rajinikanth going, and I'm a big Rajinikanth fan. So, like, it wasn't that, but like, I would appreciate when a good movie comes out, like Munitani Varivaya, this, like, it's a good movie, I appreciate it, but like this guy's like Dhanush, like, he's better than Dhanush. I'm not in a huge, I like Dhanush, but I'm not going around going, I'm a Dhanush fan, but I had to defend that guy. I was like, what are you talking about? I feel like it was my
Dhanush.
I mean, he's Rajinikanth's brother and son-in-law, you know.
Is that why you were like so like thing on it, or is it?
No, I mean that adds. I mean, no, I like Dhanush. Like I like his movies. Like, I mean, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
He could. I think. I was telling you, he's a better actor than Simbu. He could dance better than Simbu. Okay, yeah. You see him both. They both could dance, but Simbu's dance seems a little. You know, like Dhanush is more natural. You know, like it hits you. But Simbu's is like very like choreographed.
Speaking of dance, like, you're like a huge dancer. Like, you're like a very you're like well known, man. Like, with all like you're like a freestyler, you know, like you do your own thing, you got your own swag, you got your expressions and all of that stuff. How do you feel when, I feel like you post a lot of videos of this, and I don't know if it's like voluntarily you do it, or people, every time you guys have parties and stuff, they make you go up and start dancing. So like, how do you feel about that? Like,
oh man, I feel like no, yeah, no, it is a lot of pressure. Like, you know, wait, you know the pressure. You guys made me go up during the multicultural week. Remember? I swear they were trying to get you up there, and you somehow managed to.
Sick. You were so, I can't do it. I hate it. I hate when people put me on the spot. It's like they know, okay, you have this talent, and then it's like, okay, now go. You should be able to do it at any time, whatever, no forewarning, like just go and do it. I hate it. It gives me so much anxiety. But you were you won, didn't you? You killed it. It was nothing.
No, but like, no, I do have that anxiety and that like nerve until you start dancing. Then once you start dancing, you kind of like zone out.
Yeah.
But no, I hate. But leading up to it, oh man, I hate it. Like, until you start, I hate it, and when you finish, it's like the biggest sigh of relief.
Yeah.
And one, you're completely out of breath. You're like,
that's the air coming out.
Because like you don't even control your breathing properly throughout the process of dancing, and then somehow you realize you're dying. You're like,
because I think you know it's only going to be for a short period of time. So like I feel like like you're almost like holding your breath until like this part is done, right? Like
a lot of the freestyle, like, okay, the thing is I don't even actually like I'll listen to the song and I just visualize like where I should go with it. But I don't actually know what I'm going to do until I'm actually there. Like so so I'll listen to the song, like I could do this. So any song, if I play it again, I can't do it. Sometimes I look at it and go, that's a pretty sick move, but I can't do it again.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're just kind of in that zone and you do certain things. And like if someone asked you to recreate what you did, you have no idea.
No, so the first time I realized that was a problem for me, I was in high school. So we were doing like a dance thing. So it's like it was like a Hindi song. Like, I was the only Tamil kid in the dance group, but like I put the Prabhudev as Mukala ending in the end solo. So doing tryouts, not tryouts. You know how the multicultural, they're not just gonna let anybody just go on the stage. So they want to try out. So I would do it, and every tryout it was a different pose. So they're like, so they're like, oh, it was different from the last one. It was different. So I did like 3 different tryouts, and all 3 were different.
Yeah.
But
Like I said, you're like a freestyler. You're not really like a
choreo.
Exactly what I'm gonna do. You just go with whatever you're feeling at that time, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, you just let music move you.
Yeah. I know you're a big Raptors fan, right?
True.
Okay, first I have to ask, do you watch other teams too, or is it just Raptors?
Sports wise, I like baseball, I like basketball, I like hockey, I like football.
Mm-hmm.
But like Raptors is, I mean, basketball I watch more than the other sports now. Before I used to watch a lot of hockey and baseball, but like in the last few years, it's been mostly just Raptors. No, it's not just Raptors I watch. I watch other NBA games too, because when you start playing fantasy basketball or you start betting on Bet365, you have investment in every ad. So like, so you want to see how other games go too. So like I watch the Raptors because that you're like actually passionate about, but like I watch like any basketball game, but like not as much recently because my Android box keeps lagging.
So there isn't another team that you follow like on a regular basis or anything like
So after Raptors, my other team that I like is the Warriors.
Did you become a Warriors fan like post Steph Curry or pre Steph Curry? Like I have to ask.
But Steph Curry is my favorite basketball player.
Okay.
So he's like, my favorite basketball.
Obviously, like he's my favorite.
No, it's not obviously. You know, he's married to a family. Aisha.
Okay.
She's from Markham, Scarborough. And also, like Steph Curry was chilling here as a kid, like when his dad was playing here.
Curry, yeah. Oh,
so
okay. That's why, because it's our hometown girl. Well, my hometown, because I'm from Markham. I just want to say, don't try to get in on that. Okay.
This is the first time you're proud to be in Markham. Every time I'm from Toronto.
We have Pacific Mall, okay?
When you talk to your family outside the country, where do you say you're from? Toronto, right?
I don't talk to my family in Canada.
No, but if you talk to anybody outside the country, you're like, I'm from Toronto, because nobody else will know Markham.
I just say Toronto. It's just easier that way. They're Markham. They're like, what? Like, where's that? Like, I'll be like, oh, it's just outside of Toronto. I used to Markham was part of Toronto, by the way. Like until I was like in high school, I was like, oh wait, Markham is not part of Toronto. I used to put Toronto, Ontario when I wrote my address.
Yeah, it was
Toronto, Ontario. And then like I remember like it was like one of my old like a tutor or something was like, like Markham is not part of Toronto. And I was like, oh.
Does but the postal code is not in the same, right? Like, what is your postal code start with?
It starts with L.
So yeah, you guys are not part of us.
L except for friggin' Toronto, that's M, okay?
And Scarborough.
Like Toronto, Scarborough is the same, right? Like there's
people from downtown, they don't consider Scarborough Toronto.
I mean, you guys have your own beef between your districts, okay? I can't get in between that. They're like, oh no, we're not Toronto, we're North York, or like who cares? Like, stop, it's all the same.
I don't know. I don't know how other people could be proud of where they're from other than Scarborough. How can you be proud of North York? I'm from Ajax.
Scarborough?
It's history.
Come on. You're like Finch and you're fucking scared as fuck. Like I don't want to go anywhere near anywhere.
What do you mean? We're not going all the way to Jane and Finch.
No, but I'm just saying, like you go south enough. Like once you pass Steeles, you're already like, I don't know.
No. Only part of Scarborough that's kind of iffy is when you go to Kingston. Like most of Scarborough, the middle part is fine.
Okay, maybe because you're born and raised there, and I'm like you're raised.
I wasn't born.
You're raised there, so you feel like that's normal. What the situation you're living in is normal. If you live in the suburbs, and then you would know. Okay, you'd see the difference. Okay, there's a big difference.
Yeah, my suburbs is same as your suburbs. Like only part that I think is not the same is when you go to Kingston Road. It's not even it's slanted. It's not even. That's very. You're like. Why is it slanted?
I'm kidding. Yo, I lived in Scarborough, like for a very short period of time, maybe like 4 years, 3 years. So I'm not totally dogging on Scarborough, but you know.
You're pretty much Scarborough.
No, stop.
You live right in the border.
No, I know. That's the thing. I know. I got like a taste of both worlds. I feel like for most of my life, so.
Yeah, like anybody who lived like right close enough to Steeles, this like when you go deep into Markham. That's the actual Markham people.
The actual Markham. Okay, so I'm assuming you don't watch the game last night.
No, I didn't watch it actually.
No,
but like,
when was the last time you watched a Raptors game, bro?
The game before that.
Oh, okay. So what do you think of the Raptors this year? Like, what do you think is happening? What are your expectations?
Yeah, I'm so optimistic every year. Like you know, I don't care. Like even when we had Mike James as, okay, I wasn't that optimistic that year, but no, like I'm optimistic. Even last year I was optimistic. Yo, like I know we don't have a star. Like we would have had a better chance, but like anything's possible because I played games where like you could beat the better team. Like on paper, like yeah, a lot of these teams are better, but like like when everything clicks with everything moves properly, and the thing is, we could do some moves before the trade deadline. Like right now, we are after Andre Drummond.
But I feel like that's so unrealistic. Like because we would have to give up so much for him, like in order to just match the salaries. Like it would be a little bit.
So that's the only problem. But if we can somehow make it work, like without giving up too much, like I don't want to give up anything.
Right.
But like
that's the problem. You know what? I'm okay with like how about
Baines? Take Baines.
For sure, Baines on that first boat out of here.
Who did you say? Mukala? Who's Mukala? Oh.
Still on the Prabhu too.
Nobody. I forgot he's in the team.
He played yesterday a little bit and stuff because like he was injured, right? Or I mean, he had.
Yeah, I guess a 3-time champion. Okay, put some respect. He's a 3-time champion.
Oh God, stop! Like yesterday, he played like just a few minutes and he refused to shoot the ball. Like he is wide open. He will never take the shot.
Oh no, that's because some people don't shoot.
No, but
like.
I mean, come on, you have to do something. If you're super wide open, like you have to do something with the ball, not just like,
no, even
even
guys I play with, like sometimes they're super wide open. Like it's sometimes certain things are engraved into your ball game where you can't get out of it because so he feels like everybody around all his other players are better to shoot at. So like it's wired into his head that he needs to find another open person. But like sometimes they make the wrong mistakes. Yeah, it's true.
You have to be some sort of offensive threat. Like this is what drove me nuts about Gasol. I don't know if you've heard my episodes where I would just bitch about Gasol, but when you are a offensive threat yourself, like that's when you could be even more effective as a passer and doing all this stuff, right? But if no one's guarding you and no one is even near you because they're like, there's no point. Like how Baines is right now, okay? Like not even within like 5 feet of him, there's any player trying to stop whatever he's doing because they know that it doesn't help. It doesn't help at all. If anything, it negatively affects the players around you because there's like another extra person there.
No, 100%. The thing is, for example, even in the leagues I play in, there are guys who don't shoot.
Leagues, man. Like every other week you're posting a picture like, we won another championship here.
Yeah, I only won one championship. Okay, I didn't win any other championships.
No, stop. I've seen so many pictures and like you're like
those were individual.
You don't just play in the Tamil leagues, right? You're like pretty much like an honorary Filipino now. Like is that what?
Oh, you're talking about that? That was so long ago. Yeah, that one, yeah, we did win that one. But that wasn't like a real league. Like it was like a house league.
But obviously this was like pre-COVID. But like how are you dealing now without having like those extracurricular activities and anything like that?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough because that's not it. Like I mean that was like really before COVID. I think I played in like three leagues, three. So there was the Tuesday one, and Tuesdays was like 28 plus, but that one just finished right before COVID, so it was good. Then we had one on Thursday and we had one on Sundays. On top of that, then we have regular basketball runs like on Friday. So like literally, that was like your reason to look forward to things. Like so after COVID, for first few months nothing was happening. So eventually, I started going to my friend's house, like my town in Finch area, Midland and Finch area, and he just had a basketball net in his driveway, and me and him used to just play. And eventually it became like a 3-on-3 thing throughout the summer. So that was like a small fix. You try to find moments. Like I think this summer, like we found once that one basketball run in Vaughan, like where I paid $20, drove to Vaughan to play for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's like supply and demand. It's like supply and demand. It's like supply and demand.
Yeah, like here, like some of the even like outdoors and stuff. Like there's a school near me, and they boarded up their nets. Like they put like a wood to play on it. But there's another school that's just like a little bit further down. And I was walking by that school the other day, and their nets were fully open, and people were actually just like playing on them and stuff. So
summertime, like there's a community like on Kennedy Road. There's like a park. For a small window, they put the boards up, but then after they took it off, it was more packed than before COVID.
Right.
Like people would come with their own lights, like and like I'll drive, like I'll go out, like even at 12 at night, people are playing basketball.
Oh shit! Oh crazy.
But I feel like I'm too old, and my career might be over.
Oh no! God, you're younger than me. Like, what are you? 86?
6, yeah.
You're a baby.
It's 1 year apart, for.
No, I'm kidding, but so you have the big 35 this year. August, right?
Is that a big thing?
Yeah. It's reasonable.
I don't think anybody is excited about milestone birthdays after they pass like 25.
I was.
You were excited about 35?
No, I mean, like, it's still a big deal. It's like, oh, I'm turning 35. Like.
No, it's just more of a weapon for my parents to use. Yeah, you're turning 35.
Oh, okay, well, since you brought up the topic yourself, like, what's going on? Like, are you dating? Are you on dating apps? I know with COVID, it's a lot harder, but like, what's happening? What's going on?
Nothing. No, I'm not really dating. I do have apps, but I literally barely on it. Like, I'll go on it when I'm really bored. But like, then even if you match with somebody, you're like, you can't really do anything. You can't meet up or something. So you talk for a bit, then it just like dies.
It kind of dies off. Yeah, that does make it a lot harder.
But it's not like I was Casanova before that.
Well, you got the hair. You got the hair going. You got like.
Well, so they.
No,
is that what they were?
Long hair. Like, I feel like he has long hair. No?
Who?
Casanova.
Casanova? Isn't he like a character from like 1920s, like a movie?
Isn't that Casablanca?
Isn't it Casanova too? Let me Google Casanova.
And, we're actually so stupid. I don't know.
I thought it was just like a term used towards
like
somebody who's like
guys that are very suave with women and use women. I feel like players.
Oh, Casanova. Casanova was an Italian adventurer in 1700s. Fool.
They have long hair. Like, that's what I want to know.
Like this guy? I don't know if you can see it.
Okay. Yeah, he has long hair.
Yeah, everybody had long hair. Mozart had long hair.
No, but I don't know what period he was from. But they would say like, whatever. Like Fabio. Do you know who Fabio is?
Oh my God.
So that's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna cut my hair as soon as spring comes. My barber has been closed.
Yeah, there's barber shops open in Durham. Just say.
No, I can't trust. Okay, the thing is, I'm not going anywhere, so I really didn't care about my haircut because I wasn't going anywhere. But like, my brother might be getting married soon, so I don't know if I should cut my hair for it. Nobody will be even there.
Oh, like soon?
Well, they are planning for April, but they don't know like how the situation is going to be. Like the numbers, like right now, the church I think is like only 10 people, so they don't know how it's going to look. I don't think they even told anybody in the country. Like my parents haven't told anybody. Like they told everybody outside the country, but
right, because they know they can't come.
You're invited.
You watch? Okay, so you've watched Friends, right?
Yes, many times.
So do you remember? And this is such a random moment, but when Emily and Ross are planning their wedding on like who to invite, and like Emily suggests one of his uncles or something. He's like, "Oh, he's so cheap, blah blah blah. There's no way he'll travel here to like come to the wedding." And he's like, "Yeah."
And Ross.
Oh, so you don't even know who's gonna be there. But what if like his wife or future wife, fiance has like good looking friends? You look your best. It doesn't matter whether you cut your hair or not.
I don't think so.
Tell me one thing. Don't tell me like the basic stuff, like, oh yeah, good sense of humor, like generous, kind.
Like walks on the beach.
Sorry?
Like walks on the beach.
Like, don't give me that bullshit. Like, tell me something that you would wish your future partner to have, something that's not typical, like that everyone, whatever. But like, if this person was like this or like the, or was interested in this, like it would be
Cool.
nice.
Oh, like somebody who's interested in like anime.
Okay, ladies.
Yeah, like honestly, like
anime, hit this boy up.
Actually, anytime anybody says they watch anime, I get all excited. Like when you said you watch anime, I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
So like it's
about it for like 45 minutes.
I get super excited. I get so into it, like because I'm like one of those advocates. Like it's like when Game of Thrones was first, like when not that much people watch Game of Thrones. I'm like, yo, you have to watch it. Like it's good for every age. like I convinced like 70-year-old women to watch it. I convinced like 50-year-old kids to watch it. So like when I like something, I'm like a full advocate towards it. Some certain people like their mindset about anime is, oh, it's a cartoon. Like, you just watch one episode, then you watch one episode, watch another episode. I made people, I forced them to watch it. Like I went to my friend's house who I play basketball with, and he has like a projector. I made him sit down and make him watch like one episode. Like I go the extra mile. I was trying to bribe them. I was like, oh, watch the whole show. If you actually don't like it, I'll give you $100.
I feel like anyone can like it. So if you like watching shows, if you like TV, like some people don't really like it. But like if you like that kind of stuff, like I feel like anyone can, because the storylines will grip you. Just watch it just with the English, like actually the thing. I know you told me that it's better if you watch the Japanese one with the English subtitles, but I like not all of us like to read.
The actual companies that use the English translation, it's pretty good. But like but when you think back at it, okay, the person who created this for you, right? Mm-hmm. They hired these people to be the voice actors. It's like somebody making like Padeppa and like, oh, this is Rajinikanth. This is the voice that they want you to hear.
Right.
And so you don't want to hear it in a different language because, like, yeah, they're saying the same information, but they're not saying it the same way because it's not meant as the creator wanted you to listen to.
Have you watched Money Heist?
Yeah.
So, are you caught up on Money Heist?
Yeah.
The new season's coming out.
Yeah, like the last season didn't get released yet, right? No.
Yeah, like it's coming out soon, or I heard it's coming out soon. But Money Heist, when I watched that show, again, I watch it with the English subtitle, English speaking, right? Like, because it's a show, right? So couple of the characters, when they speak, I hate it because the voice, I feel like, doesn't match with that person at all.
Yeah.
Like, there's something
about it. What's his name? Is it Lisbon or like is it Berlin? Like the guy who ended up hooking up with from the first season, the guy who ended up hooking up with the girl who was working there.
Yeah, that guy. Oh my God.
Yeah, his voice. It sounds so weird.
Drives me nuts. I'm like, yo, this guy, the voice is so weird and it doesn't suit, and it just, oh my God. Yes, he's the main one. He's the main one that I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, when he said it, that's the first voice that came up to me too.
And like, at least they choose different people, I'm assuming, to play these characters. Like, have you ever watched
Tamil's dub? I put one. I think I put Spider-Man Homecoming to my bed.
I don't know about like Spider-Man Homecoming or anything, but you know when they have their cartoons and they have English cartoons that they're having dubbed, it's one voice actor that's doing every voice, and it's so weird.
Unless you're Robin Williams and he could do different voices.
Right. Like when it's a man, like they'll talk like that. And it's a kid. Like, it's so annoying. All right, Wilbert, we've been talking for an hour, bro.
Damn.
I know you thought that you were going to be shy and everything, but I feel like you're anything but shy.
I'm shy.
No, but I think talking about anime was like the perfect starter, because I feel like that just like opened you up, and you're just like, you weren't even like realizing that, yo, you're being recorded and all this stuff.
I'm trying not to look over there. I'm just like looking at you.
This me. Well, yeah, thank you so much for coming on, and I'm definitely going to have you on again. Let me watch Attack of the Titans, watch it a little bit, maybe in a few months down the road, and then have you back on, and we could chat about some more anime.
For sure.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you everyone for listening. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit me up if you have any feedback on today's episode.
Grateful, thankful, blessed.
Peace.